Hello, everyone. Jane here from Your Way Weight Loss. How you doing, Leash?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing
Oh my
great.
God, how are you? You're like running around.
I know I'm like out of breath from running up my stairs.
Mm. That's when you're like, imagine when we were 70 pounds heavier. Like there are things that I do. Like sometimes I like just pick up Noah. I mean, he's like 35 pounds right now. And if I go from like my basement to upstairs, finilo, like out of breath because c'est pesant. You know what I mean? And he's 35 pounds. I'm just like imagining like that difference. I mean, we don't even know, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't really remember what it felt like until like sometimes you really sit there and you think of your thoughts you had 70 pounds heavier. But other than that, man, I would not trade this for the world.
No trading. Living my best life.
I know. I know you are. How's your sleep? Let's talk about your sleep.
Well, guys, you know when Jose was having pooping issues and like we needed to figure it out? It's me and sleeping issues right now.
What's happening?
I don't know. And I'm like really frustrated. I also see that my mom struggles with sleeping. And I'm like, I do not want that to be me. Like, that is a very, like, I understand why sleep deprivation is a form of torture.
Yes, absolutely. My mom has that as well. And like, I refuse. I like refuse. I'm
Hey,
going to refuse.
I need you to know that I was you 1 month ago.
Okay. It could still be you. It could still be you. Like, I mean, just because it's been a few days. And also, wait, my mom struggles with falling asleep, staying asleep, and whatever. And like, she's retired, doesn't have much to think about. That's what I'm going to go with. I don't think she has much stress in her life other than just, and then what you told me about your lack of sleep is that you're like, you're thinking of things that do not add value in that moment. Like, there's no reason why you're thinking of these things.
0 reasons.
Okay.
I told Neil and he's like, take a Benadryl. I'm like, that seems like a very short term. He's
Every
like, no,
night.
then you'll fall asleep. I'm like, yeah, Neil, but then what about the next day? Like, I need to figure this out.
Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. It's either you just wait for it and see, or maybe yeah. I mean, it hasn't been that long. How long have we have not been sleeping? Like 2, 3 days, a week?
It's been like almost a week and like I hadn't been active. So then yesterday I had a great walk. Yesterday I was like finished being on my phone at 10 o'clock and like went upstairs to my bedroom, didn't look at my phone after I'd been into my bedroom. So like I did all the things, but then I just can't fall asleep. And I lay there and just think about every last detail of my life.
Okay.
So this tonight, I think I need to not let myself think about things. And it's not things that are stressing me out.
Okay.
It's just like things. So
Just
maybe
think.
I need to make myself be clear.
Okay. Okay. You know how when we have babies and we're trying to like give them clues of like, hey, it's time to go to bed. So they get a bath and then they get a story. And it's like basically they go from like they just had supper and they're playing and they're like, "Ah," to like, we're giving you hints right now that it's time to sleep, right? For me, my hint is not even like not having the phone an hour before, or whatever. It's legit my white noise. Like it's like once the white noise is on, and I could be like, so fine. I mean, obviously this is just me like trying to do a conversation here. But I feel like you should start thinking about maybe like telling your brain that it's time to go to bed. I mean, how annoying is my advice right now? I'm annoying myself with my own advice.
I don't know which one's worse, yours or Neil's.
I don't
Neil's.
know. For me, it's like I can't hear all the little noise as well. And it's like the white noise takes away the noise in my head of like the talking. And also, I'm obviously going to tell you that you need a mind dump and you need a good, like, why the F am I thinking about an outfit in 2 weeks at this moment?
Like,
Why is that important?
I thought about we're going to Gusto with my parents to celebrate their birthday. I'm taking them out. Just know exactly what I'm ordering.
Oh, wow.
Like, this is what's happening in my brain. And you're like, wow, that's intense. Because I've that much time to think about every single tiny detail.
Do we feel like a little bit of Linda's just is creeping? Are you turning into Linda?
Every day I get closer and closer to being Linda, I think.
Because like that's very Linda-esque. You know what I mean?
Know.
Planning every detail. You make fun of her. And now look at you.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why my mom does that because she doesn't sleep. So she has time to think of every single last detail.
There you go. Goodness. Oh my God. Full circle right now.
Full circle moment. But I'm so good. I actually ran into someone that we used to teach with at Riverview High and she chatted a little bit and she said hi at the grocery store and it was really nice.
Ah. What does that have to do with anything? What do you mean?
Because
It's just
just
like a
asking
nice
how.
moment, just a nice moment. That's what you were
Yeah,
just saying? Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, cool. I thought that was like you had talked about your sleep moment with her. Nope.
No,
Just
I'm continuing to share about my day and how I am.
oh, okay. So you had a good day. Oh, ben, je suis contente.
And how about you? How was your spin at lunch?
I mean, could I love it anymore? Have you seen all my pictures? Every
I
day I
love
have
it.
to
Keep
post.
doing it. Keep doing it. Your smile, your arm in the air.
I love it so much, Alicia. It like goes by so quickly. It has been missing in my life. I didn't even. Ça passe assez vite là. Like 7. It's only 7 songs, and I'm used to like more like 13, sometimes even 14, depending. I just like 7 songs, bam, 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 and then the themes. It's too much, and then I'm like, it's already done. It makes everything about it makes me happy.
How many lunch spins a week do you do?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
Just one. But I'm going to start a morning express next Tuesday. So 30 minutes. I think it's the express part. It's not necessarily that it's at lunch.
We'll
It's the
see. We'll
express.
see how you feel about it when you have to open up your
6:30.
eyes and
Yeah.
leave your home.
Well, I did one at 6 a.m. A few weeks ago. Hated it. No, I'm kidding. Certainly not my favorite. I was like, oh, anyone else wants to take this class? And then I'm like, okay, if I do express, I can start at 6:30. That's a big difference, you guys. So I'm like, okay, 6:30 start. No big deal. I get to wake up at 6. I mean, that's a normal hour that people wake up. I think that's normal. And then I do think we'll see. I think it's the 7 songs. I think it's the like I find it goes by so quickly and I'm not overwhelmed by it. Not that, and I mean, it's kind of funny because I've been a spin instructor for 10 years. Am I really overwhelmed with an hour class? You know what I mean? But now that I've done shorter, I'm like, wow.
It will also like there's not like those last few songs. You're just like, is it over yet? Like
Right.
you're like ready to move on with your life. You're thinking of what you want to do after, like what you're gonna eat and all that stuff. You don't even have time to think of it.
No, I know. And you know what? I keep saying to the humans that come to my classes, I'm like, you know what, guys? Like, we've done enough. Like, you do not need an hour to an hour and a half of exercise every day, like you've kind of been told. You know what I mean? So I just want you to know that we just did 30 minutes of amazing movement. That is enough. Don't eat like an asshole all day. And this is good enough for life, you guys.
Amazing. And like make that 30 minutes count. Do you know what I mean? Like knowing that you're only doing 30 minutes, make it count.
Exactly.
Is Dia still waking up really early?
She is, but she's not waking me up.
Okay. She just like hangs out in her room.
Hangs out in her room, goes on her iPad. She can have her iPad at 6:30.
Okay.
So and sometimes she sleeps in and sometimes she's up really early. I hear her. I still naturally wake up in the 6s without her coming to see me. And then I make the decision the night before if it's a morning that I have work to do and that I need to get caught up, or if I'm tired. I really just like you see it. You know how I am. No rules. Just we'll see. Like, what do I need to do one day at a time?
I support you. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Yeah, she still wakes up very early. As always. That's who she is. One day she'll be a teenager and sleep till noon.
I don't believe it.
I know. And then I'll be like, live to wow. You know what I mean? Apparently it's a thing.
Apparently it's a thing. Who knows? I don't think I ever was that kid though. I think I like wanted to be because I was like knew that that's what teenagers were like supposed to do. But I think I've always been an early riser.
Early riser, no, but for sure on weekends I would be up by 9. Like I would never. My brother, I remember being like Kevin Dorancoa. He was that teenager. I think boys, huh?
Because they're like doing things in their bedroom.
You think so? No, he was sleeping till noon. It was like insane. Like I would go see him. I was like that sister. Loved my brother. Oh mon Dieu, obsessed. When he had his license and he could go out, là, I had like this fear that he would have a car crash. I would wait for him. I would call his cell phone. I was that sister and I was only 12. That's weird, huh? I had a weird relationship love for my brother.
No, it's not weird. I see my kids, like, I hope that they're close. Like Piper crawled in Alfie's bed yesterday morning and they read together. Like,
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dia's obsessed with Noah. I don't know if that's it's because everyone's obsessed with Noah. His face, his little neck, his smell, everything about him.
I feel like the age difference between them is perfect too, with 5 years. You know what I mean? She's like able to like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're actually 4 years, but what we had as age difference, me and my brother, is 4 years.
Ah.
So but he was not cuddly with me. He would actually what is happening? I just had like a tiny stroke there. It was very weird. My mom would say that my brother was like always picking on me, which does not surprise me at all because that's legit how he is still to this day.
But I almost feel like for Kevin, that's like his love language.
Oh, definitely. Oh my God, absolument. She's like, he loved you and he would always like make sure that you were fine. But like if he could make you scream or say, Annette, he would have done it. And I'm not even surprised. He does it with his own children. Like he will pick on them until like he will pick on Noah or Dia until they're like, Arrête, porra. Like, and he loves it. It feeds his soul.
Interesting.
And he obviously loves them.
Obviously.
Know what I mean? Yeah, no. And he like will want to like hug them and make fun of them. That's his love language.
Wow.
Be an asshole to the humans he loves.
Some people are like that though. Like I do tease people that I love too. Like
Of course. Okay, so today we're talking about the transformation in a year. The thing is that we really want the humans to value what can happen in a year. This is the conversation, you guys. And so we're hoping that by listening to us, you'll start thinking about what you can accomplish in 2022. And I know it's early, but at the end of the day, like December is going to fly by and you're going to be focused on holidays and whatever you focus on. But we want you to know that in the next year, things can change and things can progress so nicely. And the transformation that you can do inside can be amazing.
We just wanted to have that conversation before you guys got tempted to do the 7-day shred.
Right. Oh my God, so true, right?
The cleanse, the shreds, the detoxes, all that stuff, which are so short term, so January, sexy in January. So we want to remind you of that you don't want to do that in December. So you like already are thinking of it, you know?
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I think that it's sexy. And we've said this before, like that approach or that, like that, because people like in December and in January, obviously it's a very high weight loss time. And so you're going to be tempted to want to really attack your weight loss and not attack the real, I guess I want to say issue, which is your language, which is your beliefs and your mindset. And so anyways, it's not sexy. Those words aren't sexy, but then the things that you can accomplish in a year, because you know what, guys, you could start a diet in January and in like 3 months later, it's over. Like you haven't really accomplished anything by the end of the year. And maybe you could find yourself in that. Maybe you're listening to this and you're like, oh, Banjizo, I had started a diet this January and here I am still. So that's just the proof that like maybe your approach since January was not the right one. And maybe you're listening to this and you're like, girls, I have accomplished so much in 2021. Maybe it is because of your weight loss. Maybe it is because your focus was on changing who you are. But the success that you can have in 2022 when you change your focus kind of outside of weight loss and more what creates weight loss? Like what is weight loss created? Like, how do you create weight loss? And it's not with a detox. Like, please let's, And I understand that you're like, I just ate so much chocolate. I need to detox. Trust me, your organs will do that for you and drink water and sleep.
And like a juice cleanse is exciting for 8 hours and then it's not.
It's actually just exciting the first time you do it. And then you realize, oh, this is anything that limits the fact that you choose is not fun.
Okay, I had this moment. I was watching someone on social media who sells meal plans. Okay. And I was thinking like, oh, why are meal plans so hard to follow? Because I'm like, looking at this meal plan, I'm like, that's delicious. I'd love to eat that. That's great. And I'm thinking like, sometimes we're trying to sell the meal plan by like, ooh, look at what you can have on the meal plan. But for me, it's what I can't have. Because I like all food, right? I like healthy food. I like all food. So I'm like, easy. Sure, that looks good. But it's like what I can't have. That's why it's hard, because there's things I can't have. It's not what I can have. And when we're being sold a meal plan, all people are thinking about is what they can have and be like, oh, that'll be fine for me because I can have this. I can have Diet Pop. I can have that. But they're not thinking about what they can't have and how difficult that is.
Oh, that was beautiful. No, yes, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that that's what they do. They're like, oh, look at what I can eat. I get to lose weight and look what I can eat. But they're not talking about the fact that by saying you can only eat this, there are things that you cannot eat. And that creates not a good like there shouldn't be a list of things that you cannot eat. Like you shouldn't be limited in any way. And also it's not even what you can't eat, what you can't do. And sometimes like as in like if I am on a meal plan and it doesn't include what I should eat at Tide and Boar, what do I do during date night? So that really takes away my date night. You know, if my meal plan doesn't have cake, what do I do on my birthday? What if, you know, so it's like, oh, but you can eat bacon. Yes, but you can't eat cake. Don't you want cake on your birthday? You want bacon on your birthday? Like, I know that this meal plan allows you to eat bacon, but there are things that it's not allowing you to eat that shouldn't be a thing. There's no reason why there are things that you shouldn't be able to eat. Anyways, oh, I like this.
Yeah, I was kept thinking of like, why is it so hard to follow when the things on the meal plan I like eating, but I've never been able to follow a meal plan? It's because it's what I can't have, and I don't like that to be taken away from me.
And I agree. Oh my God, you know that I agree. And also I was looking at there's this TikTok that you saved so that we could not steal, but you're gonna use the sound.
Yeah.
And it was obviously someone helping people lose weight. And she's like, oh, my dear child, that's what I do. That's what I live for. And it's like she's drinking a glass of wine, basically saying like, you know, I help people and they can drink wine while losing weight. And I'm like, I wonder what message does she give, you know, because we also say that you can drink wine. And then I noticed like those little containers right in front of her. So obviously it's like, what's that business?
She's actually, I think the like person that created that.
Oh, okay.
That's Beachbody. That's
Beachbody.
I'm
the
pretty
little
sure
color.
Yeah, I think it's the 28-day fix. Just right there.
I can't. You're not fixing anything in 28 days. It was just a diet, okay? Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I'm like, and then it was like hashtag meal plan, hashtag whatever. And I was like, okay, but you're still like limiting. And what this does is that it doesn't take into account like that one time you'd like to go over the little container. What happens when you go over the little container? You're not learning about how to manage your own. You're not learning.
It's just like pass or fail, pass or fail.
Oh, I like that. Yes, pass or fail, Yes, I love that.
And that mentality is as soon as we eat more than fits in the little container, we failed. So we might as well fail hard. And that's that like mentality, right? Okay, wait, I have a big important question though. What size is the container that the wine goes in?
I know I was like, where does that go? And she was drinking wine in this thing. So I don't know where that. Yeah.
I have questions.
I have questions. Hello.
I have follow-up questions.
I'm raising my hand here. But you know, I think that there's that conversation that's not happening because they can't answer you. Like, why can't I eat this? And I actually had this amazing message way back from a current Your Weight Loss member. And she said exactly what you said. She said she was on a program before way back. And basically her message to me was to be like, thank you so much for changing my life. It was the nicest, sweetest thing ever. And she just wanted to like really open up about her journey. She went back to like, when I was 14, I did this. And then she like remembers all the details. And she's like, here I am now 30, or I don't know how she is. And I finally understand and did this my way. And like, it's so different, blah, blah, blah. And she said that she's like, I was on this program where I lost 100 pounds. And it was like, I was so happy with what I could eat. But then it's when you realize the things you can't eat. She actually said that. And I was like, she said, and that's why I got bacon. She said, I can eat bacon. I can eat blah, blah. But then came the time to like, the holidays, or there were many things during the holidays that she could not consume. Anyways,
and that's like keto's whole like marketing is like, look what you can eat. You can eat bacon, you can have cheese, you can have like all, ground beef and all this stuff. Like that's their marketing. Look at what you can eat while losing weight, but we're not talking about what you can't eat.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, the way they tell you to eat could be your way. Yeah. But then I'm like, but is it? Like, why can't you eat that way while having a good relationship with carbs and knowing that like that one time you want carbs, it's going to be okay. Again, it's pass or fail. It's like, there's no learning on why you're doing certain things or why you're limiting certain foods or even just like taking certain foods out. Like, I just like, don't like the lack of learning. Like there was another I don't even like want to say the name. There's another I'll tell you after. People will want to know, but I'm like I don't even want to promote this. So there's another program that I was just recently sent a video to watch, and I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that in 2021 we're basically it's another way of eating that is like really much you cannot eat anything. They even said in the video like no more birthdays, no more
No, they
yeah,
didn't.
they did, Alicia. No more birthdays. You're gonna be so cranky, but it's gonna
No.
pass. Yet, no, Alicia, I need to send this to you. That's why I don't even want people to look it up because it was so bad that I was like, I'm just sad. And it's like, okay, if someone wants to skip birthdays and whatever, if that's their way. But what I don't like is that they're telling people, like they're almost telling people, like you're at this point. You're at this point, girl. You can't do anything anymore. And it was like, it's okay. No more restaurants. No more. Like it was insane. They even said like you'll be cranky because you're like creating a deficit and like blah blah blah, but it's okay. You're gonna, your body's detoxing of the habits and of that. Like it was so sad and it was hard. It was hard to like think that people are watching this and are being told this in 2021. And in my mind, I'm so open to like your way, right? So I'm like, you know what? That could be someone's way where they don't go out, they don't whatever, but when a program tells you to do these things, you're not learning anything about how you could live differently. You could have choices. You could
All you're doing is suffering long enough to lose weight. That's what you're doing with the program like that. You were suffering long enough to lose weight. And
their marketing was like, be free of the how food like takes over you, like food freedom. I'm like, how is it food freedom when you're obviously not learning to coexist with food that you choose not to eat? It was like not having at all the food in the house, not going to certain events if you know that basically they were being treated like alcoholics. If you're trying to get over and you choose not to want at all any alcohol, they would probably say like at the beginning, it's going to be, I can just imagine what that process would be like. That's what they were really comparing it to. They even said that in the video, like that, like basically you shouldn't be in the same room as the food that is not part of their program. It was something. It was very interesting. And this is brand new. And this is 2021, you guys. So I was like, wow.
And guys, all of these are being brought up because they are short term.
Yeah.
And we want to remind you of the power of long term. Your way weight loss is a long term game. That's why we want you to just like, I just find that like we're used to losing weight in a way that is so short term that it's almost like if it's not happening fast enough, we're like, this isn't working. But that's why we need to give it the year. Like obviously it's going to be longer than a year, but just giving it a year of saying, okay, I'm going to give myself a year. Imagine if you gave yourself a year to just try and have a better relationship with your body, have a better relationship with food, have a better relationship with the scale, lose weight, be happy, figure out what makes you happy. Imagine if you just gave yourself that year.
And why we're so like adamant, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yes.
Like why we're so adamant about it is because you deserve this. You deserve to choose what you're gonna eat and what you're not going to eat. You deserve what we're trying to sell to you, this idea, this message, these beliefs, because it's like when I was listening to that, I'm like, I can just imagine someone that's feeling so vulnerable and so broken and so like
desperate,
and also like, I can't do this. I've tried so many times, blah, blah, blah. For you, like when I listen to that, there's nothing sexy about what just happened. When I was listening to it, I was like, this makes me sad that someone listens to this and finds that attractive. Someone listens to that and says, you know what? If that's what I need to do, that's not what you need to do. That's what you deserve to know. If you want to choose this, like I said, I'm all about like, you do you, I do me. But what I want people to know is that like, you could have other choices. Like this does not have to be your story. This does not have to be your life. And I think that was the piece that was really getting to me. I'm like, people in January are going to really like, be like, I feel lost. I feel broken. It's going to, like she says, the girl in the video, it's going to be tough at the beginning, but after that, such freedom, she said, You know, she was selling freedom. She was selling, and I'm like, freedom?
I think that they're trying to sell that if you like stop eating that food, you won't crave that food. That's probably what they're trying to sell and get to.
Yeah.
But
And like she would say things like their marketing is healthy, thin, and free.
oh no.
Those were her 3 words. With an emphasis on free, she said.
And you know what's so funny is because we have been saying your weight loss doesn't make people thinner, it makes people happier. And
Mhm.
we're such
Proud of that.
advocates. We're
Yes.
such advocates for people choosing the weight that they feel comfortable with, like,
Yeah.
and choosing to be maybe a bit heavier and realizing that like
Mhm.
happier, thinner doesn't mean happier. Like sometimes you might want to choose a couple extra pounds
Yeah.
just so you can live that lifestyle. And oh my
And
God.
you deserve to work that through because like that obviously that video really like, whoo, huh? And then I was like, you know what? Like what's happening is that she kept saying that it was basically you need their program when you feel like food has taken over you, kind of like an alcoholic be like, alcohol has taken over my life. I
Yep,
need to make these changes. You get what
yep,
I mean?
yep.
And I do not know anything. Obviously, I don't even drink, you guys. So obviously, I don't even know that world. So I'm not. They're not nothing. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm going back to food. I'm going back to trying to heal your relationship with food. Okay. And it was just that I'm like, you're not. I think there's options when it comes to food that you could heal some. You could be in control. It's not the same thing. I think that there is. You deserve to put in the work to heal your relationship with food.
Absolutely. So that you can have cake in your house, so that
Yeah.
you can eat cake on your birthday without drama, shame, guilt, or a
Yeah.
binge. Like,
That exists.
and that's what takes time. And so, as you
Yeah.
guys are like listening to this, I would love for you to picture yourself in 1 year. Like, where do you want to be in 1 year? What do you want to be feeling like going into the holidays? And I don't mean like physically. Like, I had a moment where friends randomly said they were coming to visit, right? And it's a Thursday. And I thought, do you know what? Diet Alicia would have been like, crap, my friends are coming. I ate like shit all weekend and I'm like chasing the scale and like, what if I'm up and have anxiety over that moment. Grown up Alicia is like, sweet, see you later. And it's just like short term, long term, short term, long term. Like that's why you need to give it time, you guys. That's like the number one tip that we can give you. Someone asked me on Sneak Peek, they said, how can you ensure weight loss?
Oh,
And I said, nothing can ensure weight loss. Success. And I said, first, let's redefine success.
yeah.
And then let's just commit to never giving up. And bam, that
Yeah.
is ensuring success.
Oh, because you know what? Like just a little, I guess a little sneak peek into what's coming in 2022. Like we're really focusing on for like I guess our CTV marketing for 2022 is success in 2022. What does that mean to you? What is success in 2022? And I'm sorry, like you cannot say like success is 50 pounds. No, like there needs to be more of a conversation. And I like actually won't allow you to say that as your success. It cannot be a number. It has to be a focus. You know, it has to be a focus and not a number, please. And so 2022, what's your focus? What is success to you? And you know, for our staff party, I asked all the girls to come up with one word that for them represents what they want to focus on in 2022. One word that represents their focus. And I do believe, like I suggest that you start thinking about that. Like what, and obviously that word is what would create success in their lives, right? So one word, and then you can have multiple words, but what would be the first thing that would come to mind that is like, that is success to me in 2022. Okay. So think of that and whatever makes you feel really good about it, that's your word. And that should be your focus in 2022. 2022, not focus for the first 6 weeks. No.
And guys, weight loss is allowed to be a part of that. Like,
yes.
do you know what I mean? Like weight loss is allowed to be a part of it. You are allowed to think about a goal. You are allowed to dream of what you would feel like with the 50 pounds gone. You are allowed. It just shouldn't be your only focus or your main focus.
It shouldn't be the words you're using when you're sharing with someone what your focus is. So I think like there could be one of the girls that's like, my focus is weight loss. Like, okay, perfect. Your focus is weight loss. Now, after you've like had like, that's what I want in 22, maybe that's how you feel, you guys. You guys are listening and you're like, you know what? That's what I want. My main word for success in 2022 is that I would lose weight. That's totally fine. And can you lose weight in 2022? Absolument. It's the I need to lose 50 pounds before that is success. That's the part that it's the number because you don't know, but you could focus on weight loss. Absolument. Absolument.
While working on other things.
Yes.
Okay, I need to leave.
Yeah. In 1 minute. Okay, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Please know the work that we do at Your Weight Loss is to transform your life and to not to get you to lose weight in a detox. Okay. We want you to change your life so that you're chasing weight loss because it's a part of the life you want. It's a part of the who you want to be. And that shit takes time. You have to give yourself a year.
We want to just give yourself permission. Give yourself
Right.
the gift of taking the pressure off and give yourself time.
Yeah. Okay, we love you. We appreciate you. Follow us everywhere. Come and see us on Instagram if you need more, like just Jose and Alicia just chatting. We're really present because we want to help you get through the holidays because you deserve to coexist the holidays with who you want to be. That's it. You
Absolutely.
deserve that. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.